So what I wanted to do in this video was dive into a very simple conversation as to the Montreal Canadiens and their newest first-round pick. Let's talk today about Michael Hay. Okay, no, we're going to talk about Ivan Demidov. 5th overall guy. Montreal Canadiens fans all over the world rejoiced, like me, when he was selected by Celine Dion at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Now, if you had seen the reaction video that I made about the Demidov pick, you would have seen me screaming in my room and just yelling out, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And a lot of comments went out there and said, hey, that was kind of my reaction. I felt the same way. I was saying the same things. So I think maybe for the first time in years, the Montreal Canadiens selected a guy that the majority, if not 99%, if not all of the Montreal Canadiens fans watching the draft on that day agreed with. Like, there hasn't been a unanimously beloved pick since pretty much Cole Caulfield in 2019. And even before that, you'll have a tough time finding one because Marc Bergevin went kind of all over the map with the Montreal Canadiens picks. Kotkaniemi, Ryan Poehling, Mikhail Sergachev, stuff like that, and then eventually you took yourselves Juraj Slafkovsky. That was not seen as a unanimously beloved pick. Cayden was so-so. Logan Mailloux totally wasn't one that a lot of Canadiens fans agreed was a good one right off the bat. But now the Montreal Canadiens have Ivan Demidov, and what I wanted to do in this video was go over the plan, the timeline for Demidov, and some potential concerns that you could say are there. I don't want to say these are going to stop him from becoming an effective NHL player anytime soon. I just want to say that there are certain factors that compare differently to other players that are worth pointing out. So Kent Hughes, upon the opening of free agency, went out there and said pretty much that we expect to see Ivan Demidov in North America next year. And that's a very simple quote. Very simple comment. 2025, 2026 seems to be the projected timeline for when North America is going to see Demidov. But what I wanted to do in this video was just talk about what exactly that means. Because I'd say that for Ivan Demidov and his production, he was so darn good this previous season in the MHL, which is the junior league in Russia. He had 60 points, 30 games played, was a double point per game player in the regular season, and had 28 points in 17 games in the playoffs. He did, however, get a quick cup of coffee with SKA St. Petersburg in the regular KHL. 4 games played, 0 points. The thing is, with Demidov, though, he did not get too big of a sample with the main KHL club. Instead, in the MHL, Ivan Demidov got used to players that unfortunately just don't defend well, to a game that lacks so much pace, and Demidov, as one of the only guys who has a high-octane offensive motor in this league, was able to dominate it on the score sheet like he had done. Which is why, when I think about Ivan Demidov and having a 2024-2025 season in the KHL, I'm honestly not too sure how well he is going to do. I don't doubt that there's talent there. I don't doubt that he's going to become, let's say, an 80-90 point player at the NHL one day, but we have seen with SKA St. Petersburg in particular in the past, a lot of these guys who are younger and who are already projected to going to North America soon, a lot of these players, when they're in SKA, they don't really get much opportunity at all, and their point production suffers as a result. Matvei Michkov is the big example from last year, taken by Philadelphia in the 7th overall spot in 2023. He played so well in the KHL in his draft-eligible season, but that wasn't with SKA St. Petersburg. That was on a team that he got loaned out to. The season after, he had started it out with SKA, and he didn't get any opportunity. Once again, Michkov was loaned out to HK Sochi, he had a dominant season over there, and then he left SKA. Now for Demidov, the fact is, when it comes to his production and his rate in SKA this upcoming season, don't be surprised if it's actually a little bit lower, because we may not actually see him be given that opportunity like so many younger Russians are with this team. Now, you could debate that because Matvei Michkov just left SKA, there's an opportunity for a younger player to step into the lineup, and for Ivan Demidov, that could be the case here, but at the same time, SKA just does not do that. And furthermore, the fact that Demidov spent the majority of his season in the MHL, it's going to be a pretty big adjustment to KHL hockey. Like it or not, the KHL is a big step up from what we usually see in the MHL. So in my opinion, it is kind of intriguing to see Kent Hughes label out Demidov's path as being KHL, Russia, 2024, 2025, and then he'll be in North America soon after. He'll be in the NHL, he'll be in the AHL, he'll get that immediate opportunity, because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes Demidov a little bit longer than a guy like Matvei Mishkov to effectively establish himself as one of the best hockey players in the country in Russia. It has taken him an extra year of junior, and he's going to be playing in a system where they don't really give opportunities to younger guys. So if he has, let's say, a pretty meh season point production wise this upcoming year, let's say Demidov has only 15 points in a 40-game sample. Honestly, I think that's fine. Like, a lot of people would look at Matvei Mishkov and say that he was a near point-per-game KHL point producer, but you have to look at the circumstances, man. HK Sochi and Matvei Mishkov was a really good fit that allowed Mishkov to pretty much be the number one guy. If Ivan Demidov was playing in HK Sochi, then we'd probably see similar things, but instead we'll be seeing him with SKA, where his production and his numbers will definitely falter compared to if he was on a different team. So for Montreal Canadiens fans, please, let's just say this right here in the summer, try to hammer that idea home before the season begins, that Matvei Mishkov is not the comparison here. He had a full extra year of KHL play with a team that actually would allow him to play. So for Ivan Demidov, please temper your expectations and don't get ticked off if he doesn't score a whole bunch of points like Mishkov did in the KHL. Demidov will be fine, but I do question whether or not the path and the timeline for him is all too appropriate here. Like, for me personally, I would like the Canadiens to take their time with this player. It would make sense to me if Demidov spends a year or two in SKA St. Petersburg. Let's say the upcoming season isn't really kind to him in terms of ice time and minutes, so he goes back for a second year with SKA St. Petersburg, a second full year with the team. And then he breaks out into a 25 to 30 goal player in that league, and then comes over to North America, adjusts to smaller ice in the AHL in a short sample at the end of the 25-26 season, and then by 2026-2027 he's a full-time Hab. The Canadiens are not afraid to take time with developing guys. You take a look at Cole Caulfield, he had spent the years in the Wisconsin Badgers system. You take a look at Logan Mailloux, of course, though they're kind of forced to develop him longer because of the circumstances on his drafting situation. But for Ivan Demidov, I don't really know if it's all too smart to rush him. I'm not saying that's what Kent Hughes is doing, but I do kind of question the direction when Hughes says that the plan is to have Demidov in North America for 2025-2026. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with what I'm saying here? And do you think that Matvei Mishkov is the standard for Ivan Demidov in regards to how Montreal Canadiens fans are thinking about this entire thing? Because it's easy to say, hey, top-tier Russian talent, you go from one to the other, Mishkov, Demidov, easy. That's the comparison, that's done. But I don't think it's that simple. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are a Montreal Canadiens fan, how do you feel about the plan for Ivan Demidov? At the very least, when do you think he's going to have his rookie NHL season? You gotta remember, you can play some games in the NHL and still have the rookie status eligible for you next year. So if Mishkov, if Demidov only plays, let's say, 5 games in 2025-2026, and then he gets sent down to Laval or whatever, or he gets loaned back over to Russia, when do you think his full rookie season is going to be? If not 2025-2026, when is it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.